What's going on, everyone? So, it's the Los Angeles Lakers. It's the offseason. The Lakers actually have the assets to go big game hunting. And guess what the Lakers are going to do? They're going to go big game hunting because that's just what the Lakers do. I know a lot of people are like, don't go get a third star. We don't need this. We don't need that. I don't mind a third star. I actually think we do need it at this stage with LeBron and just where he is at in his career, because I don't see him going anywhere. And then even post LeBron, it'd be kind of good to have like your two stars locked up, and then now you're kind of building the pieces around them. To me, it's just the stars and how they fit, right? Like, one of the reasons I don't necessarily like the idea of a Trae is because I don't like necessarily the fit with him and LeBron. I have a lot of questions about that. Now, can it work? Of course, but both players are going to have to sacrifice. Trae is kind of like an upgraded version of D'Lo. They're very similar, as playmakers, shooters. D'Lo's actually been more efficient shooting the basketball, but you're talking about a gap, right? But D'Lo played a ton off ball, right? With LeBron having the ball in his hands. Is LeBron going to be willing to kind of go off ball more? I know he's talked a lot about like he wants to do that. That's why we tried to go get Russell Westbrook. It's why we did Schroeder the first time, and now this time it's why we went and got D'Angelo Russell this time, right? Because LeBron wanted to play more off ball, and every time push comes to shove, he ends up dominating the basketball, which is fine, but you need the complementary pieces around it. I mean, we won a championship with LeBron as the point guard. I don't mind if he wants to embrace the point guard role, but it's like you got to choose one, right? If you're going to be the point guard, then we need to build our team this way. If you're going to not be the point guard and you're going to play off ball, then we can build the team this way. You need to kind of pick a lane and stick to it. I'm not saying you can't ever be on ball, but it's got to be something where there's a level of balance, especially if you're going to get a guy like a Trae Young who's so ball dominant. That's why I look at a guy like Donovan Mitchell, who he is a guy that can play off ball, can have the ball in his hands and be lethal, and won't kind of, I think it's a better fit, right? Like Phoenix. A lot of people talk about Phoenix, right? Oh, well, and a lot of people also bring up the Westbrook stint. I don't think you can compare that by any stretch of the imagination. Like, yes, for namesake, it was a big three, but there was no logical sense in that being put together. Also, Russell Westbrook wasn't the same Russell Westbrook. LeBron James isn't, 27-year-old LeBron James. Like, there's so many factors that go into that I don't think that that's something that you can look at and go, oh, see, look, we tried this already and it didn't work. Like, no, it didn't work because it didn't make any sense, right? Like, it just was odd, right? And that's kind of how I look at the Phoenix Suns. It's why I said Phoenix wasn't going to work. It's why I said I don't believe in Phoenix whatsoever. People were talking about like, oh man, Phoenix, right? Like, give them the NBA championship already. Why are we even playing a season? And I was like, wait, time out. This doesn't make any sense. They're all essentially the same player. The fit isn't going to work. Bradley Beal and Devin Booker literally are the same player, right? Like, they play the same position. They don't have actual like positions. I know we live in like a positionless era, but there's a reason teams still have a point guard. There's a reason teams still have a center. There's a reason like players still have positions, right? Because you need that still, as much as like, size and switchability and stuff like that is important. Right? Like, you look at a team like Denver, each spot is its position, right? You have a big burly center in the middle. You have the long, lengthy, versatile small forward. You have that bruiser, athletic power forward. You have a legit two-way shooting guard, and you have a legit point guard, right? Like, it's positions, right? Even you look at the Boston Celtics, the two best teams in the league, right? You have, either or, pick a poison, Drew Holiday and Derek White. Both are capable of playing the guard positions, right? The point guard, the shooting guard, and both are able to facilitate and play off ball and play on ball and be point of attack and defend. Then you have Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, or swap them, right? And then you have Kristaps Porzingis or Al Horford, right? It's just, positions still matter, right? So to me, I don't mind a third star if that third star complementary and makes sense, right? Again, Donovan Mitchell, I think, would be a perfect fit. Gives you a point of attack. I mean, he was having an all defensive season this year on the defense side of things, and he can go get buckets, and he's a big playoff performer. So you get that. and you have Anthony Davis and Donovan Mitchell, and then LeBron James, he can play on ball and Mitchell play off ball, and they can run all kinds. Like, you have a big man, you have a versatile forward, and then you have a versatile guard. It makes sense. It fits. And then the pieces around it have to fit as well, but it's better structured. However, beyond that, right now, the Lakers get a Kevin Durant or something like that. Then again, like, I think that works. Kevin Durant's so good playing off ball. Again, just using examples of players that I think make sense for the Lakers to go pursue. But outside of a Kevin Durant or, a Donovan Mitchell or some other star just becomes available, we'll see. There's always like that random star that like no one thinks, and you're like, oh, wow, he wants out, right? Or even like a DeMar DeRozan. Right, if we go get a DeMar DeRozan, I wouldn't mind something like that. But if we miss out on that, and let's say Trae is our only option, I'm not opposed to the Lakers holding off and waiting and seeing, right? Like, if Milwaukee ends up fizzling out again next year, right? Does Giannis want out? And now you have more picks that you could trade, right? And more assets. And, say, whatever, the Sixers can't get a star this offseason. They end up fizzling out. Does Joel Embiid finally go, you know what? It's time for me to get out of here, right? Like, again, just throwing out names, but like, instead of going and getting a guy that's kind of questionable, right? Like, do you just kind of be patient? Now, if I'm being honest, if the Lakers can realistically get Trae, the Lakers are going to go get Trae. It's just how it is. I mean, I think anybody that's been a Laker fan long enough knows they're going to go get Trae Young. Whether you like the idea or not, if they can get Trae Young for the assets that they have, they're going to go get Trae. Because it's not just about right now, it's about even post-LeBron with Anthony Davis. Trae and Anthony Davis do make a lot of sense, right? Like, if we didn't have LeBron, Trae and Anthony Davis, I would be all for, right? Because if anybody can kind of mask some of Trae's flaws, it's Anthony Davis. But again, I kind of lean towards like, if it's not there, don't force it type thing, right? Like, to me, it's like, I'd rather them go and just kind of get go get a center, go get a legit win, or even like, can you get, DeJounte Murray cheap, right? Something like that, or go pull off a Bulls trade or something. Again, once we get in all the rumors start coming out and all the speculation, all the trade talks come out, we'll definitely dive into them all, as we usually do, and I'll talk and we'll discuss and break it all down. I just kind of wanted to get this video before any of that stuff happens, which I wouldn't be surprised it starts happening pretty soon as teams start getting eliminated, right? If the Cavs end up getting eliminated anytime soon, or, Sixers or whatever, you're going to start hearing Lakers and, oh, what about this guy? Oh, is this guy becomes available, right? You start hearing the murmurs and the chirping, right? It's just how it goes, the Lakers. But I just, I want to kind of pose the question to you guys, because as always, this is a discussion. But, do you think go get the star, right? Or do you think, like, if our only option is Trae, then hold off and wait, right? Another thing is, like, I still think Trae will be there. Like, how many teams are going to line up to trade for Trae Young? Like, honestly, like, how many teams are like, oh, yeah, an undersized, at times incredibly inefficient, like shooting the basketball wise, defensive liability guard? All the good teams already have their guard. All the like tanking teams pretty much have their guard that they're hoping to develop, right? And the ones that don't, right, would Trae want to go there for one? And two, like, are they like, Trae's the option? Like, I don't think Trae's going to have a huge market, if any, right? Like, if a team can get him for like pennies on the dollar, then sure. But I think it's going to be the Lakers and maybe like one other team, if that. I mean, even San Antonio, like, there was reports that like San Antonio's like, nah, we're good. He's not a Spurs guy, which they're right? He's a high volume, high usage type player, where Spurs are kind of more free flowing, right? So like, I don't think the Lakers are going to have to force the issue with Trae. I think that they'll actually be able to be patient, just kind of like, I mean, if you can get him, like, again, if you can get him for pennies, like, say you don't have to trade, I mean, you have player-wise, you have to trade the farm, but like, say you don't have to give up all your picks, Because Lakers have 3 firsts and 5 seconds that they could trade, right? Like, what if you could get them for like, whatever. Let's say Reeves, Rui, and Jalen Hood-Schifino and Gabe Vincent or something like that, or D'Lo, right? Whatever, right? And you can keep like, say, 2 firsts, and you do like a first and 4 seconds, or maybe 2 firsts and you still have a first and 5 seconds, to where you can make a trade for other things, or just kind of have stuff later on down the pike when LeBron eventually retires, then maybe. But like, if you're trading all the players, again, I'm not like, on paper, if it works, good luck beating the Lakers, right? Because like, again, if you get the right pieces around Trae, LeBron, and Anthony Davis, like, imagine if we had Trae in this Denver series, we might actually beat Denver, right? As flawed as Trae is, right? If you swap Trae for D'Lo, the Lakers probably beat Denver, right? So it's like, I'm not entirely against it, but to me, it's like, just stay patient. Don't force the issue, right? Because you don't know what else could be on the horizon. And like, I don't think Trae is the number 1 player on a real championship team, right? If he's like your second or third, really a third guy, but again, he's so high usage, a lot of questions. But I don't know. Again, it's something that I've been kind of trickling back and forth with, that I wanted to pass the question on you. So what do you think? Do you think the Lakers should go and, no, like, if the stars there, if they can get Donovan Mitchell, do that, right? Like, if you can really, like, if they trade whatever you have to, go get Donovan Mitchell. Because I genuinely believe Mitchell, LeBron, and AD, you're not, like, if they're healthy, you're not beating them. Like, that, I don't even care who the other 2 guys. I mean, obviously I do, but you get my point. Like, you get those 3 guys, and Donovan Mitchell isn't making like $45 million or whatever, right? So like, at least for now, right? But like, to me, Donovan Mitchell makes a world of sense. Or obviously like a Kevin, like if you get Kevin Durant, then yeah, go get Kevin Durant. But Phoenix says that they planning on sticking with it. But anyway, good. Love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.